Yo, good morning. 6:37 a.m. Getting ready to head to a little show here in Charlotte at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, about 30 minutes away. Look at how good this wheel looks. Oh man, I love this thing. Turned out so good. It's always so crazy getting in this car after driving the wagon all week. This thing feels like a freaking just straight up race car, dude. It's so snappy. Like, this car is just incredible. The turning in this car is incredible. With the suspension in this car right now and the tire setup and this wheel, like, it's just so twitchy. That negative 3.5 camber up front is, I love it. I'm not complaining, I freaking love it. But it's like so different from the wagon. All right. Time to wake up. I forgot I had 6 gears in this car. Wagon only has 5. Oh, they finally redid this road up here. 277 was a mess. Oof! A little bit of rubbing. Oh yeah. Beautiful sunrise over Charlotte. Looking gorgeous. It's gonna be a nice day today. All right, dude. Oh my God. Loud, sir. Not me. Shit is loud. S65, slowest car here. All these G80s, S55s. I can't keep up, man. I can't keep up. Sick ass Supra, dude. The color is so cool. I don't know what the color is, but it is very, very nice. It's like a dark Laguna Seca.
It almost looks like Laguna Seca.
Like a little bit darker though.
Yeah.
Like a little bit. It's got all the Veris engineering parts, which are super nice on the Supras. Super expensive. Single exit. Yeah, this thing's bitching. You know, he got the right badges too. American Panda. What's happening? He's got our badges on it too.
Oh yeah? Oh, the Panda ones?
Yep.
And I started to come back down here, but then people started coming down 2 lines.
I think I'm gonna Cheeto fingers in here.
Get in there, bro.
So I saw yours, I was like, where's the M2 button?
That's what I got.
I was gonna say that. Took the words out of my mouth. Mid spot.
Did you say 55 for like 3 of his last
E39 M5.
Yeah!
Best color too.
Is this yours?
This is yours?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
and body kit.
That's what it is, bro. What a sick fucking car.
SR,
I do want to see
SR20. Like you see these in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like in the islands.
Yeah, he got his arms on the side.
One
I thought I didn't have to. No, you got room for the lunch. You got room for the whole other turbo. Yeah. All right.
Super clean, bro.
If you have ever wanted a chance to own one of the most legendary BMW M cars, the E92 M3, this is your opportunity. Cencal Motorsports is running a giveaway on a 70K mile DCT jet black S65 powered E92 M3. They are building it up with a bunch of carbon bits, a bunch of performance modifications. This thing is going to be sick. And if you want to get entered to win this car, make sure you either pick up a hoodie that will get you 4 entries, pick up a t-shirt that will get you 2 entries, and every single other item on their website that you purchase will get you 1 entry into winning this jet black E92 M3. The merch is actually super dope. I'm wearing the off-white tee right now. This one right here is the Built for Perfection E92 M3 DTM inspired shirt. This thing is super dope. The quality is killer on this merch too. This is the Cencal Motorsport signature hoodie. It's like a forest green with an off-white text. Looks really good. And then this is the E92 M3 inspired hoodie on the end here. If you guys want to get entered into winning the giveaway, your best chances are picking up merch. But of course, if you just want to pick up parts, you get 1 entry per order. So make sure you guys enter the giveaway before October 15th. You can buy as much merch as you want. There's no limit on how many entries each person can get, but the deadline is October 15th. So make sure you get those orders in, boost your chances in winning this E92 M3. It is a really, really nice spec, jet black DCT, and you better believe that I'm gonna be entering this too, because honestly, you can never have too many E92 M3s in the garage. I'll have it linked down below in the description. Make sure you guys check it out. All right, you guys, so we have had a lot of comments asking about where the M4 has been. And the M4 has been right there, but we have been busy building out the single turbo kit for this car. Right now we are test fitting the manifold, gonna be running pipes, and also we are building out our motor mount for this kit. So we gotta build a different motor mount to clear the turbo and the piping, correct?
Yeah, down pipe.
Yeah, down pipe. So it's gonna be a little bit different setup than usual. Obviously we're using a different manifold. This is the Evolution of Speed billet manifold that we're using on this kit. It's the G40 1150 Garrett turbo that we're using on this kit specifically. We have this motor that we bought that is out of the car right now, and both of them are stock motors right now. We are gonna run this kit on the stock motor, and in the meantime, we're gonna also build this motor. So we're gonna be testing this kit on a stock motor platform as well as a built motor platform. First, we're just gonna throw it in on the stock motor and make moderate boost and just have a little bit of fun with it, kind of see how much this car can take. Here's the beautiful manifold right here. We're literally in the process of just test fitting everything right now. And a lot of you guys have been asking where this thing has been. No, it's not abandoned. No, we didn't get rid of it. We are literally in the middle of building the kit for it. We're gonna go over some of the other modifications that we're also doing on this car at the same time as building this kit. But we've also done a lot of maintenance on this car. We're doing the wheel bearings at the moment. You guys remember the 2 wheel bearings were bad in the back. We're gonna be doing suspension. We have all new wheels going on. We're doing different brake setup. And then we have a ton of DO88 products over here that we got from these guys. They are sponsoring this build, which is super sick. Aux radiator, we've got the oil cooler, we've got the trans cooler, we've got the charge cooler for up top. Really, really badass setup, dude. So they give you this carbon ducting piece that basically replaces that plastic there. It's gonna look really sick behind the bumper. It's a nice little added benefit. Cosmetically looks really, really good. I mean, DO88, man, they do things right. I've got all their cooling products on my E92 M3, and now we got them kitted out for the M4, which I think is just the right way to go. We're gonna have a lot of good data for you guys too to show the differences differences because we're not installing the DO88 stuff right away. We're gonna run the car with the kit without the DO88 stuff, get us data, and then install that and show you the difference when we add in all of the cooling package stuff. It's gonna be a crazy, crazy difference. We also just installed the Dorch lift kit down there. It's a little hard to see, it's right down there. Dorch lift kit. Basically, we're gonna get some higher rail pressure out of this for the DI system, a little bit more fueling. So right now we're gonna be running everything stock as is, but eventually in the future, we will be running port. We're waiting for our evolution of speed intake manifold, and at that point, we'll go ahead and throw in port injection and all that good stuff. Brand new water pump, all new hoses are going in. We've got new motor mounts. Yeah, this whole thing is getting like a huge refresh. It's gonna be really, really nice. As you can see on the hot side, we've got nothing down there right now. We're literally gonna be throwing in the manifold today. The car actually then goes off to our fabricator, and he's gonna be building out all of the piping for us, as well as finishing up the motor mount for us. So you'll notice that when you install this kit on this car, you need to run a different motor mount because of the size of the turbo and the piping with the bottom mount kit. It's just a little bit different than if you were to run like a top mount turbo setup, which looks great and it's pretty sick. We just want to do something a little bit different. It'll be interesting to see the efficiency of this kit as well as the data once we get it onto the dyno. So it's kind of cool that we're doing this in phases. You know, we had a long discussion beforehand. Should we just throw everything on the car right away and just go balls to the wall, built motor, all the bolt-ons? But I don't think that that's super relatable for everybody. I think some people just like to see it built in stages so they can kind of understand, you know, what they could put on their car with this kit to make a certain amount of power and how reliable is it. And that's kind of just how we've always done things, like build them in stages and then show people the stages. And eventually we will obviously do full built motor, all of the bolt-ons and the whole nine, which will be pretty insane in this car, dude. This thing is going to be reckless when we are done. It looks mostly the exact same as we left it. The last thing cosmetically that we did were the icons from Cencal. We do have a new front bumper that's getting painted, whole different wheel assembly that we're doing, wheel setup, different suspension, and then we also have the full SPL catalog. So we have their entire catalog, front and rear, supplied by SPL. Kind of similar process to everything else that we're doing. We're not throwing this in right away. We are going to run the car factory with all the factory arms, factory bushings, and then we're going to throw these in to really show the difference that this will make in this car. It's going to be
just throw coilovers on it.
What kind of coils?
I don't know, probably Olin.
Like max speed rods, max speeding rods.
Those are BCs.
Oh, BCs. Oh, that's crazy.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Can't call them out like that.
Damn, BCs are crazy. No, we will not be running BCs. I don't know what we're gonna do. We talked about doing Olins. We talked about doing KW. What else did we talk about? MCS. We did talk about MCS. MCS might be overkill. I don't know. We'll see. We definitely are gonna use a quality setup on this car. We're not gonna cheap out. It's gonna be good stuff. So we'll call it Hendel spec, and hopefully we can run like -5 degrees camber like your E46 M3. Stancy pants. That's a lot of fucking camber, baby. So that's kind of where we're at with the M4. Interior is still dusted. The interior needs a lot of work, man. I gotta get my hands on this car again once we're done doing all the power stuff and really go through it and just fix things on the interior. Honestly, it needs like a whole new interior, but I could probably get someone to reupholster stuff. I like the white, the Silverstone interior. Kind of want to keep it in this car rather than switching it up like I do on most of my cars. Might keep it. And then also, you guys have been wondering about the 135. Where has the 135 been? Well, the 135 is currently in storage. I bought a storage unit. As soon as this goes to the fabricator next week, the 135 is coming here, and we got a ton of shit we got to do on this car. Obviously, the E92 M3 rear subframe that I bought, which is pretty much the same as the 135 rear subframe, but more solid, more sturdy. Then, of course, I did the Turner solid bushings, 3DM bushings over here for the trailing arms, Powerflex bushings all around. This thing is going to be badass. This car is going to handle like a freaking animal, dude. So I'm actually converting the car over to F8X brakes. A bit controversial when it comes to 135 versus F8X brakes. You know, a lot of guys really like the 135 brakes. I really like the F8X brakes. I did this on my E92 M3 and I love the way that the brakes feel. And that's why I went for this method again. It's also a really, really cost efficient method. And the guys who sent out the rotors, they got to be clean cleaned up, but they're perfectly fine, totally usable, as well as my beautiful calipers, F8X calipers. I had these repainted in it's kind of like a champagne, rose-ish, rose gold champagne silver color. It's a really unique color. I wanted to do something a little bit different on this one versus the E92 M3 brakes. Those are more like gold, whereas these have like a really cool champagne look to them. And of course went with the black decals. I think these are gonna look really good in the 1 Series. There's something a little bit different. I didn't want to go for gold again. I didn't want to go for like blue or red or anything like that. I always try to do colors that are just a little bit outside of that. And if it weren't for this color that I picked out and just randomly went with, I probably would have gone with like a silver, but I think this is gonna look really good because my car has silver wheels. So I think that those are gonna just work really well on this car. And so the guys who actually sent this entire brake kit as well as the E9X knuckles is OEM Garage. These guys are awesome. They're right down below us in Florida, and they offer basically used parts off of BMWs, but they have like everything, like all BMW spec used parts. I'm gonna have them linked down below. Make sure you guys check them out if you ever need any BMW used parts. They have been an absolute game changer for me when finding parts for this build. They supply literally everything, the whole front knuckle assembly, all of the calipers, all of the rotors, literally to convert this over. I've also purchased some other things from them. They have N54 engines, just tons of stuff. If you guys need anything, make sure you check them out down below. They've been just critical to the 135 build. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of other stuff here. When I bought this rear subframe, it came with the whole rear end assembly of the E92 M3. So I have the differential, which I'm resealing. It's over there. Full differential service, new fluids, new seals, literally everything. It's gonna be sick. Stainless steel braided brake lines from Turner. Got those. Full Turner rear suspension arms set up. That's gonna be really stiff for the street. It's gonna be pretty locked in, I guess you could say, but you know, this is really just like my weekend car at this point. Take it out, drive it, put it in the mountains. Who knows? Maybe hit the track with it. I ain't afraid, man. I definitely wanna put this thing through the paces. I've got the ECS Tuning rear trailing arms. It was either these or the rev shifts. I think these are fine. They look good. If I had it my way, I would just re-powder coat them a different color, but whatever. I think they'll look totally fine in the car. Oh, and one of the coolest parts about this is the guys over at OEM Garage had an F80 carbon fiber drive shaft, and I'm going to be using the F80 carbon fiber drive shaft in the 135. Now, obviously, it's going to have to get shortened just a little bit to match up to this car, but this is going to be super, super sick. So you could just go custom and buy like a carbon drive shaft with your measurements and everything, but I thought it would be pretty cool to take something that was from a different BMW and make it work on my E82. So this is going to be quite the difference, man. Like, this car is going to go under surgery and it's just going to be a monster when I get it back. And then lastly, I ended up biting the bullet and going with OEM metal quarter panels. I have cracked the fiberglass flares on my car multiple times at this point. I'm over it. I'm done trying to run the fiberglass flares. You can run them and probably get away with it for a long time. Problem is, you just really can't run like an aggressive wheel and tire setup, which I just love to do. I love chunky tires on my setups. And your tire versus fiberglass, your tire is gonna win every single time. So I just decided, you know what, forget it. It's like $2,500 to just get the rear quarters. This car deserves it. I'm already in like 40, 50K into this thing. I might as well do it the right way and just go balls out. So, and at the same time, I'll be doing the carbon fiber roof. It's gonna be a long winter, dude. I have a lot of work that I'm doing to this car. I'm actually thinking about sending back out my Precision Turbo and going with the one that they just released, the new generation 6266. Should flow a little bit better, and I'm actually considering removing the T51R mod. I know, a lot of people love that sound, kind of honestly over it a little bit, the vacuum cleaner noise. It's cool, it's fun, but I sort of just feel like it's gonna get very old very quick, and I'd rather just have the car kind of be a little more subtle when it comes to driving it, as subtle as it can be. So yeah, and then we also have new wheels coming for the car, which is gonna be really cool. Whole new setup, dude. That car is gonna completely change. It's going to be good. So just to bring you guys up to speed, that's basically what's been going on with those two cars. It's just a lot of you guys have been asking about the 135. I'm telling you, those videos are coming soon. They it should be starting as early as next week. And then of course you guys have been asking about the M4, and she's here, man. We've been working on her. At the same time, this is, you know, we do have this shop here where customers are coming in and out. We're building all sorts of cars at different times. Literally every lift is spoken for right now with a car that's being worked on or built or whatever. And so, you know, we work on the M4 when we can, when we have a little bit of time to really knock it out. Brandon's really been the one who's just been constantly working on this thing, taking things off, doing all the maintenance. It's been through a lot so far, which is ironic because it's his brother's old car. So he kind of just gets to like full circle, get to work on it again and see what this this thing can be. So he's about to actually throw on the manifold, and we'll get a little bit of footage of that and kind of show you what this thing looks like when it's actually in the engine bay. It's gonna be sick, dude. This turbo is so massive. Like huge turbo. All right, manifold is going in. I'll show you guys how this thing fits. Is it pretty tight?
No, it's actually pretty good.
I'm trying to get the best angle here. Might have to finesse. That's not bad. Let me tell you what, when I had to put my manifold in for my N54, subframe was all the way down, everything was out of the way. It was a much different story. This is a breeze right here. All right, we're gonna let him throw these in, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's in there.
Yo, what's up?
Giving away parts for free, because that's just the kind of guy I am. Yeah, okay, buddy. All right, manifold is in. Looking good, dude. God damn, this thing is gonna be crazy. All right, so Brandon is knocking out the wheel bearing right now. And yeah, you guys, I just wanted to show you where we are at with the M4. Lots of progress happening. I know you haven't seen it in a while. A lot of people were asking about it, but we're not just doing nothing. We are working on it in the meantime. Obviously got a lot of other projects happening right now in the shop. This is actually a remnant kit Supra. We did one of those on a refraction blue Supra. This one is getting some work done on that kit. Then this one's getting some built axles. We got the shop Supra. This M4 is pretty interesting. This guy bought this M4 and thought that he spun the crank hub. Turns out someone was working on this before, and all of the bolts on the harmonic balancer were actually loose, and some of them were cracked off inside of the crank hub. So we're just gonna do a crank hub on this car at this point. It's like, why not? We have to drill out a lot of these bolts anyways, but the belt completely came off, and it's the first time I've seen someone royally mess up a harmonic balancer belt job. We're not really sure what they were thinking with this, but pretty crazy. Lots of dyno sessions going on today. It is a busy day at the shop, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. More M4 content coming soon. That car is going to be super badass. As always, I appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace.